Hello YouTube, I'm Normal, and today I'm going to be going over my top 15 underrated albums that I've heard. These are albums that I thought maybe critics were harsh on or were liked by people, but aren't really appreciated as much as they were back then. So, and I got my hair sticking over it. That just looks even worse now. But anyways, these are the top 15 most underrated albums in my opinion. Now, I could have included a lot of albums. I listened to many albums that I thought were very underrated. And so today, I'll compile a little list. Okay, as you can tell, I'm a SLIPKNOT fan. And I have most of their albums in my collection, but one that stood out to me as underrated is All Hope Is Gone. This is easily the most disliked SLIPKNOT album, and I can tell. So this is really not as good as some of their other albums, or this wasn't even, in my opinion, as good as .5 The Grey Chapter. But I just think this thing is underrated, mainly because of You Can't Deny songs such as Gematria, The Killing Name, Psychosocial, Dead Memories, and it's Snuff. You can't deny songs like that. So, but the reason this is lower on my list is that I don't really listen to it that much. I mean, I do listen to songs such as Psychosocial and Dead Memories, but comparing it to the rest of SLIPKNOT's discography, it doesn't really hold up. But I thought it was underrated. Take a look in the mirror to the rest of KORN's discography. To me, this is like one of the more hardcore albums. It's just the sound of it. And the guitar, the bass, and the drums, and Jonathan Davis's vocals are fantastic on this thing. This is not the best KORN album. Trust me, this is not the best KORN album. It did have one of KORN's worst songs. Song on here, and one was boring. But I'm a big fan of songs such as "Play Me" featuring the rapper Nas on the song Right Now. Y'all on the single. Their cover of One, which they performed on MTV. But this, as I said earlier, this is not the best KORN album. I still think that honor might go to Follow the Leader, which is right here. And I was just a big fan. Take a look in the mirror. I honestly love this thing. This did have some of KORN's best songs, the best vocals from Jonathan Davis, and I just thought it was fantastic. Now, as some of you may know, I am a pretty big fan of the group System of a Down. I mean, I own Toxicity, Mesmerize, and Hypnotize albums, and all that. But I don't have their first album, which is kind of sad. But I like all their albums. Toxicity, I love. Mesmerize and Hypnotize, I love. But to me, their most underrated album goes to Steal This Album, which there we go. Steal This Album. And originally this was going to be Toxicity 2, but tracks were accidentally released online. And so Darren Malakian, the guitarist, came up with the name Steal This Album. And the reason this is on here, because you can't deny songs such as Chicken Stew, Intervision, Bubbles, Boom, New Guns, ADD, Mr. Jack, IAIO, 36, F the System. I mean, you can't deny those songs. Those songs are fantastic. Fantastic. And some of the songs are catchy as heck. Every time you talk about me, you kill the God your child has born. And you may be wondering, when did this came out? And even Serge Tankian has said that this was the best System of a Down album. Though I may disagree, I still think the honor goes to Toxicity or Mesmerize. I'll make reviews about those albums soon. But honestly, I love Steal This Album. It's very underrated. And next, Magnetic by Metallica. I was a pretty big fan of this thing. Mainly for songs such as All Nightmare Long, The Unforgiven 3, and My Apocalypse. I mean, this tried to go back to the thrash roots of Metallica, and some songs work, some songs do. And, okay, I like Death Magnetic, but I don't like Load and Reload. I don't care what you think. I originally was going to go to Hardwired here, but I don't own Hardwired, so I picked Death Magnetic. Like I said earlier, this has some pretty good songs. This is The Day That Never Comes, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, and The Unforgiven 3, and Suicide of Redemption. This is there, as I stated earlier as well. Let's try to go back to the thrash roots of the Kill 'Em All thrash roots of Metallica. No, this didn't really succeed. This wasn't like perfect. This wasn't as amazing as Kill 'Em All was. Trust me. But this is still an underrated album. I'd rather people listen to this than Saint Anger, Load, and Reload. And that. And if you like Load, yes, I'm a pretty big KORN fan. And you can look at the mirrors on this list. I mean, come on. You can't deny their first album. This was KORN at their best. They try to go back to these roots in later albums, and it just, this is basically the Kill 'Em All of KORN's discography. Because other albums try to go back to the hardcore roots, and the album that's in the Mirror, Untitled, KORN 3. Many other albums have tried to be like this album. And in my opinion, most of these albums do not succeed. And the reason this is on here, this has some of the best KORN songs of all time, such as Blind, Clown, I can't say that word, Chutes and Ladders, and this includes the very, 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 very controversial song, Daddy, where I'm not gonna go over it. It's pretty disturbing of a song, and so I'm not gonna go over it. But overall, I thought this thing was pretty underrated. I love this thing. And this has some of the best KORN songs. Now, I've already made a review on Infinite, so I'm not going to go into much detail about it in this video, but you can go check out my EMINEM album reviews playlist and see our review of that album there. But this was EMINEM at his beginnings. He's had songs such as 313, Infinite, track, and Open Mic, which I thought were very, very good tracks. But as I said, I'm not going to go into much detail. Just go look up my review of Infinite. Next album on my list, Black Sunday by Cypress Hill. Critics seem to really like this thing, and fans alike think this is easily the best Cypress Hill album. And yeah, it kind of is. Other albums is just Temples of Boom tried to be as amazing as this. I mean, this album really makes me want to smoke weed. I'm dead serious. Songs like I Want to Get High, I Ain't Going Out Like That, Insane in the Brain. What is it? Oh, it's the Bong, Let Go Around, Come Around Kid. And it's just, this is amazing. And the production of this thing is fantastic. DJ Muggs is amazing. And I freaking love this thing. This is easily the best Cypress Hill album. And by far. And it's my favorite Cypress Hill album. And personally, I did not care for Cypress Hill for Stone Raiders and Rise Up, all those albums, Skull and Bones. I did not care for those. But you can't deny Black Sunday's popularity and just how amazing it is. It's very influential of an album. Wizard of Oz by Ozzy Osbourne. People love this thing, and I do as well. This thing is absolutely fantastic album. This is personally my favorite Ozzy album, just saying. Because of songs that just steal away the night. Crazy Train. Mr. Crowley. So many good songs. I mean, I would even consider the final track, RR, to be very good. It was an outtake from Randy Rhoads. After he stopped playing guitar for some, he just started jamming out and just doing a crazy solo. It was fantastic, and they included it at the end of the album, which I thought was amazing. And I personally love this thing. This is absolutely my favorite OZZY album. It deserves a little bit more. The Great Southern Trendkill by PANTERA. This is easy PANTERA's most underrated album. Many people might say Far Beyond Driven, but Far Beyond Driven is fantastic. And Reinventing the Steel was underrated, people might say. I disagree. I thought Reinventing the Steel was okay. It just wasn't really as good as some of the others. But The Great Southern Trendkill, this is easy. Maybe even fans consider this the most underrated album in PANTERA's discography, not including their other albums, which was power metal. I thought this thing was fantastic. And just listen to this thing. I'm dead serious. And listen to the first and listen to the title track, The Great Southern Trendkill. It's absolutely amazing. So some of you may know Michael Jackson did die in 2009, and one of the albums to come out after his death was Xscape. This is in my opinion his most underrated album. This is the deluxe edition I got. Well, my mom got for me. It came with a poster that's in my bedroom. But personally, I love this thing. Now, trust me, this thing isn't as fantastic as albums of Thriller or Bad albums. Really bad. So this thing isn't fantastic. But I love tracks such as Loving You, A Place With No Name, Slave to the Rhythm, Do You Know Where Your Children Are, Blue Gangsta, and the title track Xscape. And I suggest you get the deluxe edition because it comes with more tracks because of the original versions of the tracks. So I need to make a review on this thing. I swear. I promise y'all. I'll make a review. And some of the original versions of the songs are better than the actual versions of the music. So that was good. And the other album that was released after his death, the album Michael, I thought was pretty good. Another System of a Down album on my list. Hypnotize by System of a Down. Oh my god, I love this thing. Let me get it out for y'all. So, let's see what the album's coming. There you go. Oh, Jesus. There you go. This is Hypnotize. And I love this thing. I think Mesmerize is a tiny bit better than Hypnotize. I love it, both his albums. And it's impressive how System of a Down made Mesmerize and Hypnotize the same year, but just different months. When did this came out? 2005. This came out like early 2005. Mesmerize did, but Hypnotize came out in like October 2005. And Hypnotize has songs such as Attack, Kill Rock and Roll, the title track Hypnotize, Stealing Society, U-Fig, Holy Mountains, I love Holy Mountains, and She's Like Heroin, Soldier Side, and Lonely Day. So many good tracks. I personally, yes, I do think Mesmerize is better than Hypnotize, but I love both these albums for what they are. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Deny the awesomeness, System of a Down, and the album got a Blaze, and it contains two titles. There you go. And this did have some of the best singles, such as Vicinity of Obscenity, and next on my list, I'm just gonna say it, Revival, EMINEM. This thing is fantastic. I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. This thing is not fantastic, as I was going to say. It's not fantastic of an album. This thing is not as good as like the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, or the EMINEM show. I don't even think this thing is as amazing as Recovery was, in my opinion. But this did have some good tracks, such as Walk on Water and River featuring Ed Sheeran, and I like the song Remind Me. I like the Revival interlude. I like the song Like Home by featuring Alicia Keys, and I like the song Tragic Endings featuring Skylar Grey. I did like the song, Framed. And I did love the song Castle and Arose. But just, this thing has really memorable tracks. Now, this is an Eminem best album, so I'm not saying this is his best album. Don't get salty down in the comments. But I like this thing. If you do not like it, it's perfectly fine. I like this thing. I rate it in my opinion. My only issue with this thing is that some of the tracks were just sort of there. Like the track No Out Here Fast between Kalani and the song Heat and the song Offended and the song Need Me featuring Pink. And even the song In Your Head, I just thought was just sort of there. Because I think without those tracks, this would have been one of the shorter Eminem albums to come out. This thing is like 19 tracks long. I think, what if Eminem made a deluxe edition of Revival? If he does make a deluxe edition, I'm buying it. I promise y'all, I'm buying the deluxe edition. I need that thing. I bought the Encore deluxe edition. Right? Yeah, I did buy the Encore deluxe edition, so I'll get the Revival deluxe edition somehow. But personally, I was a fan of it. Many people did not really seem to like it, which kind of saddened me, because I'm a really big Eminem fan. The next album on my list. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Drake. I don't think he's that amazing of a rapper. I think he just makes too many love songs. But he did sort of define the genre by his music and him being signed to Cash Money Records. But easily, this is my favorite Drake album. If you're reading this, it's too late. This is my favorite Drake album. I personally love this thing. You can't deny songs such as Legend, Energy, 10 Bands, 6 God, Star 67. And I was a pretty big fan of these songs. And the song How About Now was funny with all the memes that were made out of it. And yes, I thought this was Drake's best album. I don't care what you think. It's my favorite Drake album. Okay. There we go. There we go. Here's the album coming back together. Yes, I did think this was better than Take Care, and nothing was the same with the rest of his albums. This was better than Views and More Life, in my opinion, but that was just me. Because personally, I wasn't a big fan of Drake at this time, and so when he made this thing, I was like, wow, this is good. And also, you can halfway even find this thing on YouTube, which is kind of surprising. But just get the CD, you'll be ready to go. Oh god, this one is stressful. Sorry, Dr. Drake. Level 1. There we go. So yeah, if you're reading This Is Too Late, is personally my favorite Drake album, and very underappreciated. Many critics probably didn't care, but the Neo drop liked this thing, and I'm a pretty big fan of the Neo drop, so I was excited to listen to this thing, and I'm pretty fan of it. This was either the most underrated album of 2017, in my opinion. Either this or Eminem's Revival. That album is Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight by Travis Scott. I love this thing. I really like this thing. This thing is very different from other Travis Scott albums, such as Rodeo or Days Before Rodeo or whatever the other albums are called. This has some of my favorite tracks from Travis Scott, such as The Ends featuring Andre 3000. The song Goosebumps was just, oh my god, amazing. When will this album be released on YouTube? I want to know. Please, someone let me know. I want to listen to this thing even more on YouTube. But yeah, Travis Scott. Personally, I think he's a good rapper. I love some of the songs, including 90210, that was on Rodeo, and Goosebumps, that was off of this album. This album sort of has like a spacey feel to it. This isn't like acid rap. Not the album Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper, but it just has sort of a spacey feel to it, and it's just, I think it's really cool, and that's what I like about it. I think my only issue with this thing is that some of the tracks I just think are kind of boring, and some tracks I just kind of. And finally, we're going to get to the one spot. Now, this album I'm not going to go into much detail about because I just want you guys to find this thing on YouTube and listen to it. My number one pick is MACINTOSH Plus Floral Shoppe. I love this thing. This thing is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the more different albums I've heard in a while, so that's why I have it on here. Most critics did not like it. This was the start of a new genre, basically titled Vaporwave. I'm a pretty big fan of Vaporwave. Doesn't really harm anybody, unlike other genres of black metal. But I just thought this thing was really chill, and especially the second track. I can't even remember some of the tracks because the track names are Japanese, and so I can't really say much about it. The one that sampled Diana Ross's song is "It's Your Mood." I think that's what it's called. But this thing just gives me in a mood. It just, if I had this thing on vinyl, I would play this thing every day. I'd probably annoy my parents with it, but it's absolutely amazing in my opinion. I think people need to listen to MACINTOSH Plus's Floral Shoppe even more. And so, those are my 15 underrated albums that I've heard. What did you guys think? What is your favorite album of an artist?